Hello friends, Koolio here, and welcome back to the channel. Today guys, we're doing a first impressions video for the brand new idle RPG game called OMNIHEROES. Now if you guys enjoy these first impression videos, make sure to like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. You guys know all that things. So let's go in, let's talk about OMNIHEROES, because this is the newest idle RPG game just to come out. You've probably seen there's a whole bunch of ads and stuff already about this game all over the place. And the thing is, I've actually been playing this game a lot more than it's been available to the global audience. The game just recently launched, I think as of this morning or last night, the global servers went live. However, I've actually been playing the game in its early testing for about a week, but I had to swap over to a different account for the global account because I wanted to go through and show you guys the whole 777 summons and stuff that's on all of their ads and stuff going on right now. We're going to kind of talk a little bit about that, but I do want to talk about the game. Do I think it's a good idle RPG? Well, if you're looking for characters that are, let's just say, well endowed with their powers, if you know what I'm saying, then you're probably going to really like this game. If you're somebody who's looking just for a secondary idle RPG game to jump into, something that's very reminiscent of AFK Arena, then you're probably going to also like this game as well. It's a pretty casual, really good looking idle RPG game that doesn't necessarily push the boundaries. I feel like this is a game that would have done absolutely amazing more 2 or 3 years ago, but for an idle RPG, it does some pretty interesting twists and stuff on certain systems that you see in a lot of other idle RPG games that we're going to get into. Now, I'm not going to cover everything about this game. If you've played any kind of these AFK Arena clones, you know exactly what you're kind of getting into. I want to show you the differences that this game has compared to those other idle RPG games. And the first thing I want to talk about, and probably the biggest highlight you're going to see in this game, is the whole Valkyrie Manor system. Now, for the younger audience, you might want to look away. Anyways, you got the Valkyrie Manor right here. So, when you're jumping in, you're playing the game, you're going to unlock all these different Valkyries, and you've got this kind of relationship system with them. First, you have to heal them up. As you heal them, there's these little animations that can play and stuff. Once you've got them to a point that you've healed them enough, you can start interacting with these characters. You can come in and you can, you can do that. So, I don't know. Okay, this is not, I've seen this in other games. It's not something that I personally, oh my gosh. It's not something I personally need in my, my idle RPGs or in any kind of RPG game. But it's there. You got a couple of different costumes that you can swap around. You got the heroic injured one. You're going to see this one right when you get her, the tender smile. Basically, the way that you unlock these is you have to unlock their favor levels. Unlocking the favor levels, you have to give them gifts and stuff like that. You're up to level 4. I don't know. It's not my thing, okay? I know a lot of people like these kinds of stuff, and that's why they've added it into the game. It's this whole kind of role-playing-esque system where you build a relationship with these characters. For me, it's just not my thing, okay? All right, it's not my thing. Some people may like it. Me personally, I couldn't care less. Now I do want to get into the things that I find actually really interesting about this game, and that has to deal with the hero progression. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at my legendary hero Solomon here. Now you've got your basic, you level up, you hold it down, you can level them up, you jump in. The game plays by itself. You gather resources, you jump in, you can level up your characters. You guys all know that. You can equip equipment onto your characters, you can enhance them all at the same time. You've seen things like this before. I'm not going to dive too much into that, but they do have kind of an interesting system with this ascension system. Essentially, you need these certain ascension items, this ascension currency, to ascend these characters. You got Solomon +1, +2, and so forth from there. But the thing is with this ascension system, gosh, I'm going to be saying that a lot, is once you reach certain tiers, it actually unlocks more unique effects for that specific character. For example, Solomon here, he is a solid tank, but once I ascend him twice, he gains tenacity. When taking damage, randomly increases his damage reduction by 4 to 6%. Once I push that up to Ascension 10, he gets Guard. When deployed in the front line, increases damage reduction by 5%. When he gets to Ascension 18, he gets Prayer. Increases his cure rate by 10% when his HP is below 50%. I actually really like that. I like these kind of passive, almost horizontal progression for a lot of these characters, because you're going to want to kind of push your characters not only by leveling them up, getting them equipment and stuff, But these kind of progression, this horizontal progression thing with the Ascension, makes all the characters slightly different in their like own respect on how you're going to like upgrade them and build them, or where you're going to spend your resources. If we take a look at Anubia, probably my favorite character, if you know, you know. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at it. So it's tenacity when taking damage randomly. So again, same thing, but if you go through and you take a look at some of the other ones, she gets resistance. When attacked by a backline enemy, increases damage reduction by 5%. She gets Stalwart, increases resistance by 10% when HP is below 50%. And then for the final one, she gets Compassion. When the target's HP is below 50%, increase heal rate by 10%. So, I like that. I think it's a really cool kind of way to, you know, make all the characters slightly more unique, just, you know, without like their own like abilities and special effects and all that kind of stuff. So, let's go ahead. There's another thing I want to talk about. We're going to go into the challenge. Is a lot of these idle RPG games have the whole faction system. You know, if you have a certain amount of characters from a specific faction, you get like, I don't know, plus 5% attack and defense, or if you have like 4 of them, it's like plus 10%. If you have like all 5, it's like plus 15%. They actually do theirs a little bit differently. Now, based off of who you have specifically selected in your faction, you get synergies. Now, if I have characters for my ethereal, which I have 3 characters for my ethereal, if we click on this, at the start of the battle, increase crit rate of all allies. That's so good. It's different than any of the other games. It has all these synergies, all these bonuses, all these buffs specifically tied to the faction, rather than just like bland, straight, you know, stat increases. So we get a crit increase from there. If we take a look at the Avengers one, if we have like, let's just say we have 4, grant the allied team an 80% chance to be revived one time during battle, restoring 40% of their max HP upon revival. So you could jump in with like 3 of the characters from the last one, maybe 2 from this one. Grants synergy mates a 60% chance to be revived. So that might be really good if you're specifically focusing on like having tanks in the front line. I've got Solomon here. If I get like another tank, put them in the front line, have some assassins in the back line. It like combines the synergies together and makes a really unique way of like kind of building your team. I like that a lot. I really enjoy that kind of team building aspect with it not just being a simple stat boost. And all the different factions and characters are a part of different factions as well. As you like power them up, they unlock other faction bonuses. But I'm glad that they have this. It helps them stand out. It makes it a little bit more unique when you're building your overall team, because you're not looking at the straight stat bonuses. You're seeing how synergies can kind of work together. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the 777 summons. I could go through and talk about a whole bunch of other stuff in this game, but if you've ever played an idle RPG game like this before, everything else is going to seem very, very similar. The Wilderness is where you have like your arena, you've got your Endless Tower, you've got places where you get like extra, like, you know, your equipment, everything like that. Hall of Heroes is summoning, the Valkyrie thing, the Synergy Archives where you can like, you know, you take all your like highest level heroes and all the other heroes like you can put in there, they can like automatically level up to that point, stuff like that. So I'm not really going to dive too much into that, but I do want to talk about the 777 summoning thing, the Valkyrie's Bestowal. Now it's an interesting way. You sort of summon 777 times, but not really. You don't really keep all of the heroes. Essentially how it works is every day you come in, you get a certain amount of these Valkyrie Bestowals that you can go through and you can summon, okay? So 190, let's just go ahead and hit get. Yay, we got 190 tickets. Now we're going to summon 190 times, but you're not going to be able to keep all 190 heroes. What it's going to have you do instead is you're going to go through and summon 190 times, and once you've done and you've completed all 190 summons, you're going to select which one you actually want to keep, and all of the other ones get converted into material that you can use to like upgrade your other characters or summon other characters, something like that. So it's not necessarily you're going to be getting 190 characters. You will get 100 or 777 characters, but you are going to get 777 times worth of like power-up material from summoning duplicates and things like that. So we'll go through, we'll hit this a couple of times. It will give you a chance to probably unlock heroes that you want. So it is a decent summoning system. You're going to be getting a lot of heroes for it. You're probably going to be getting the heroes that you want anyways. And for these idle RPG games, it's all about just an insane amount of summons all over the place. So we got Brutus, Sinister Assassin. We got Bao. Look at that. So we got two legendaries in one pool. I didn't even know if that was possible. Actually, are they legendaries? I don't think so. They're probably epics. I think the legendaries are like red. There's Albert and Medusa. So we have a red one, so Albert and then Medusa. So, and then we've got Gerald. Hello, Gerald. And we've got a couple more of these summons to go through. They're all going to get pre-saved. We got Standard, the Lizard Mage. Everybody gets him. Percival, I think everyone gets him too. Summon, we've got like 2 more times we can do this. Here we go. We got another Merlin, and we got Bjorn. And there we go. We've summoned 190 times. Now we go into our pre-saved. Here's all the pre-saved ones, and we can go through and select which one we want to keep. So for me personally, I will probably want to keep... Let's see, specifically for like faction bonuses, I'm going to probably keep the Merlin one. Yeah, I think that's probably good. Hit confirm. Confirm, and then all of the other heroes, all those other summons get converted into material. So we click out that. There we go. Get it, these shards. You can then use those shards to summon 5-star, 4-star, 3-star characters. There is one other thing the game has when it comes to like summoning, and that's the Oracle Temple. The Oracle Temple allows you to select a specific faction. So like you've got the Light and Darkness. I don't know. I don't remember what the other ones were called anyways. But if we go ahead and select the Divine and Demon one, you can actually use your diamonds to specifically summon 4 to 5-star heroes from those factions. But it's way, way more expensive. 1,800 for a single summon. So if you're kind of sick and tired of doing like the 10-time summon, you want like a little bit more of a rare character, this is where you can go to have like a much better chance. Because you're guaranteed at least a 4-star. So that's a little bit different than I've seen in other games. But yeah, there you go. Omni Heroes, is it worth playing? I don't know. I think there's a lot better idle RPG games out there. But if you're somebody who really, really likes their waifus to, you know what I'm saying, then you're probably going to really like this game. So there you guys go. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Well, friends, my name's Koolio, and I'll see you next time.